Hello Taurus, welcome to your mid-December 2018 reading. Thank you for joining me. Before I get started, I wanted to mention that I have my 2019 year ahead 12 months forecasts available on my Vimeo channel. So if at the end of this reading you'd like to find out more about what may be coming towards you in 2019 or a loved one, you can visit the link below in the descriptions box, and that will take you to my Vimeo channel. Okay, this reading is for Sun, Moon and Rising signs. And Taurus, for you, from the Dark Goddess Oracle, you've pulled a Haitian goddess, Azuli. Now, this is the archetype of the collector. Now, the essence around this is about acquiring things in life is not a sin, but to prosper at the expense of others' well-being is to walk a road that grows increasingly impassable underfoot. Okay, a life of excess, whether that be spending, taking, desiring more, comes at a price. It is nice to be adored or to play the field, to have your jar of hearts filled to the brim. But Taurus, with this, Azuli can see a far less rosy future if you continue to live without taking responsibility for people and things that you collect along the way. It is a card of judgment, being judged for who you are and not what you have. So with this, there is a message of sorting through the junk, sorting through the stuff that you've collected, and showing you what is really worth hanging on to and how to take better care of it. Now, from the crystal mandala, you've pulled the card of the goddess Tara and Tibetan quartz, her eye ever open. Now, with this message, it is about divine, being watched over, protected by the divine. And the message that I get with this is being on a path of enlightenment, spiritual awakening. When you think of the sun, and the sun in ancient cultures especially, there were some that worshipped the sun and there were some that were fearful of the sun and the sun's light. That's how the message is with this card. It is about, for those that are on the path of love and light, there are lessons to be learned. If you decide to shine your light, there will be a reaction to that. And there will always be those that admire and support you in who you are, and those that for their own fearful reasons will not. So I'm wondering if there is a person or a situation that is no longer supporting you in some way, and there may be a need to remove this from your life, whatever this energy is of someone acting out of fear, not being supportive of you, Taurus. As your overall energy, you've drawn the card of awakening from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Now you'll see this woman emerging from roses here. It symbolizes pleasure and pain. And her upward gaze is one of recognition or seeing the light. Very much an energy here of truth, dispelling of darkness. The card speaks of new light on your pathway. The process of awakening can take many forms, whether subtle or challenging. Could it be time to wake up and own your part in a situation where it may be otherwise tempting to blame others? Or maybe you need to be brave and release old fears. Make a conscious choice to open like the rose and embrace a fresh perspective on your life. The transitional energy of awakening helps liberate you on your journey of awareness and assists you in discerning the valuable from the valueless. So there's that message again. Discerning the valuable from the valueless. Seems to be a strong undercurrent here of that. So we'll see where this goes. I've already meditated on your energy here, Taurus, and I'm going to be using the Bonefire Tarot. So let's do a couple more shuffles here and then we'll get started. for Taurus for mid to late December 2018. For Taurus for mid to late December. We'll cut these cards and then we'll focus in on your messages, starting with the past, present energy, the near future, your advice or your best path to follow, what's happening in your environment, hopes and fears, potential outcome, and the overall theme or what this reading is about. Okay, Taurus, let's take a quick look. The World, wow. I love that as your overall energy. Completion, successful completion, because we are in the upright. The message behind this is of leaving a cycle behind, putting an end to perhaps a negative cycle, or a cycle that is no longer serving you. It is being successful when it comes to closing out a part of your life so that you can begin anew, but from a more enlightened perspective, it seems. Awakening to something that was no longer working for you in the past. Let's take a look in the past. The Eight of Coins in reverse. So being dissatisfied with life, with how life has worked out, may have been in relation to your work, a relationship, life in general. I do get this card as a card of not being happy with what you're doing, with what you're putting effort into. So that really, for you here, Taurus, it could really be a multitude of things. But for some of you, it is, if you're cross-watching here, someone may have been going through that life crisis energy of not being happy with the way things have worked out for them, and have been going through a personal struggle when it comes to what it is they want to work towards. There may have been a lack of effort in the past due to dissatisfaction. Now when it comes to the present circumstances, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So Taurus, this may be someone around you. It could be a spouse or a partner, a work colleague, a friend or family member. Fire sign energy here, Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, male or female. This person seems to have lost their enthusiasm, lost their optimism. You know, normally when we have the Queen of Wands in the upright, it's someone who's acting very confidently, acting very bold, courageous, enthusiastic, and an entrepreneurial kind of energy, someone who can tackle life's challenges seemingly effortlessly. But what I get around this person is that there has been something that's happened here, perhaps with you, perhaps with someone else, or just part of their life's journey, which has caused them to look at things differently. They may have been some jealousy involved here as well, potentially. Let's see what the near future holds. The Six of Coins. Okay, so there is that support, that law of attraction, giving and receiving. So it's possible here that either someone around you, Taurus, or you were not giving to a partnership. You may have been on the outs with a friend or family member, but I feel in the near future it's about you coming together, attracting prosperity and abundance through being giving, showing your support, showing your care. So it really is that law of attraction energy of what you put out into the world, you get back. So it does seem like in the past there was a lack of this, but that's changing, I feel. Now there's that recognition of, if I want my life to change, or if I want my circumstances to change, then I'm going to have to take the lead here and do something about it, and put out to the world what it is that I want. But the way to put this out to the world is by being very optimistic, being a giver, not a taker. And I feel that very strongly, being a giver, not a taker. In the past there may have been a taking advantage of, but this is changing, with an eye on prosperity for the future. Now your advice or your best path to follow is the Three of Wands. So growth, expansion, looking towards the future. I do get an energy here of active waiting. So putting out to the world what you want and then waiting to see the results come back. It may be you, it may be someone around you, but there is that energy of, again, I get law of attraction here with this Three of Wands. You may have already done the work here to put out that level of positivity and optimism, being supportive of another. And now there's this energy of perhaps stepping back here and waiting to see what comes back for you. This energy of prosperity and abundance. When it comes to your environment, what's happening around you here, Taurus? The Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, well, I like this, because with this it's an air of realism, and it's also cutting down options as well. So if there is someone here who has had an eye on many different choices, whether that be choices for relationships or options for a career, a work, it's going to be a narrowing down of that. After seeing things as more cut and dried, a realistic approach, taking off any kind of lens of fantasy. It's bringing things into the real world instead of just thinking about what else may be out there, or fantasy kind of energy. So what I'm getting here, Taurus, is something is being removed from your life, an option that is valueless. It's not of value to you anymore. And now there is more of a focus on what is going to give you something back, rather than giving out to something that was not giving back. And for some it's a job, for others it is a relationship. Hopes and fears. Two of Coins in reverse. Okay. So there's that juggling of a couple of different options again, weighing up the pros and cons, fearing that there isn't going to be a decision made, or that the wrong decision will be made that may lead to problems, a feeling of becoming overwhelmed by the choices, by the decision to be made. Let's have a look at the outcome. The High Priestess. I like that one for you, Taurus, because it is about paying attention to your gut when it comes to making an important choice, an important decision, to cut something out of your life. It is that card of spirituality, I do get here someone who is awakening to a different way of thinking about someone or something, where there was something didn't pay off. There was I do feel a laziness by someone. Someone didn't put in enough effort in the past. It may be this person around you. For some, for others it's you, Taurus, that didn't put into a relationship, making the other person feel less than optimistic about the future. But here's that law of attraction, here's that giving, being supportive, showing that you care by investing in the relationship, and then really just once you put that out there, I feel like your main advice here is just to sit back and wait for the results to come in, because I feel that it is going to come in, because with the world here, it does speak to me of prosperity, of success for the future, having everything that you need to feel successful. After coming to some kind of reality, a reality check, seeing things for what they really are instead of thinking of it as fantasy or daydreaming, possibly about another choice. But for you with the High Priestess there, it is about paying attention to that spiritual awakening within you that seems to be pointing the way. It's listening to your own inner compass, your own inner wisdom, the truth being revealed to you from within is what I'm getting. And it may be about something that you once thought was of value to you, but turned out to be valueless. So it's about letting that go and really putting effort into something that is of more value to you. So we'll see where this goes in part 2, the extended version. Lots to clarify. I'll be pulling out quite a few cards, and we'll find out what's going to happen here for this reading. So if this is resonating, I hope that you join me there, Taurus. The link will be down below in the descriptions box, and that will be on my Vimeo channel. So we'll see what's going to happen here for you, Taurus. It looks good on the surface, but we'll see what it is. What is this choice that you're making? Is this something coming back around for you, and that you're having to once again make a decision about? I wonder. So I hope to see you there. If I don't see you on the extended, then I wish you all the very best for the rest of the year, and a very happy and healthy new year. All the best for the holidays as well. Thank you so much for all of your support throughout the year. I really appreciate you guys. And I will see you back next year. Lots of exciting things for the channel, so I hope that you continue to join me there. And wishing you all the best with this situation here, Taurus. It looks good. It looks good. Bye for now.